What's up, guys? We are back again, and there is something that has been really roaming around in my head lately. And what I gotta say is pretty much not only I would think the truth, but more like an opinion. It's an opinion and truth as well. So anyone that does agree upon this, okay, great. If not, then that's your opinion as well. But it's kind of interesting how Disney live action movies, with ever since like what, how many movies that they've come out with, that the CGI is either bad, terrible acting, terrible casting choices, and they change so much in the live action movies that it just ruins the actual movie, right? So what is the meaning of this video? The meaning of this video is how Once Upon a Time can be so much better than Disney live actions. So what do I mean by this? Out of all the movies for Disney, you have the Cinderella movie, you have Aladdin, you have Pinocchio, Lion King, Cruella, you have, of course, Mulan, you have Maleficent, you have Beauty and the Beast, you have Mary Poppins, you got Christopher Robin, you have Alice in Wonderland, you have Jungle Book, and a whole bunch of others, right? So, and then upcoming, of course, Little Mermaid and all that stuff. But it's interesting on how the casting for Once Upon a Time was so much better. And this came out in 2011, guys. Let me explain something. This came out in 2011. Great casting choices. Yes, they made it into their own of collaborating so many multiple Disney characters into one story, whether it would be heroes or the villains becoming an anti-hero, or villains becoming a hero. And the casting was phenomenal. Now, there was a few times where the casting was not that good, in my opinion. The main time I would say they had a lot of issues with casting was with, I would say, between Aladdin, Jasmine, Jafar, possibly with also Hercules, Hades, and Megara, and then all them. Again, that was the main time I had issues with the casting. Other than that, the casting was phenomenal. The characters, actually, the actors, they did their best to look like those characters. You have, of course, the one played Regina, aka the Evil Queen. Amazing portrayal of the Evil Queen. You had, of course, one played Captain Hook. That version of Hook, badass. You had Jennifer Goodwin, who played, of course, Snow White. Amazing portrayal. You had Josh Dallas, who played Prince Charming. Amazing. You had Megan Ory, who played as, of course, Red Riding Hood. Amazing. And then, of course, for Belle, for Ariel, for Peter Pan, for Wendy, for the Wicked Witch of the West, and then of course you had, Robin Hood. You had so many, right? And it was great casting. It was great casting, and the CGI was great. And this was a show. This was a show on ABC, but yet they can't do that in live action for Disney. Disney, this big company. Wow. That's sad and pathetic. And they can't do it correctly because it makes you wonder, what the hell are they doing at Disney? But then again, we all already know what they're doing at Disney. They're catering to these pompous idiots that are wanting to moan and groan and complain about, between diversity and everything of that nature. If you have a character that's already been established for several years, get an actor or an actress that looks like that character. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's not. They do amazing work at making actors or actresses look like these characters. But they don't. For whatever reason, they don't want to have that. And this is the reason why I think Once Upon a Time is such a better version of live action Disney characters than Disney with what they're doing. And anyone that thinks otherwise, okay, of course you have your opinion. But there's going to be ones out there that's going to be like, okay, why is this character this character? Why does this character look better? Why is this character whatever? The casting, once again, was absolutely amazing. They didn't have woke crap go down your throat. They did not try to pander to ones that didn't make sense. They didn't pander to ones that if, oh, you have to be this or you have to be that. No. It makes you wonder, what the hell are they doing at Disney? And yes, I'm referring to the issues that they keep having with casting. They want to get ones that look nothing like the character. They want to change the story. And they want to rewrite to candor to an audience that don't care. Now, anyone that says something else, which obviously someone's going to be an idiot, and they're going to try to throw racism in here. They're going to try to throw, I'm a racist or I'm a sexist or anything. No. The last season of Once Upon a Time was not that good. I'm going to be honest. Because they wanted to change another version of Cinderella, but at the same time, it was in an alternate universe. It wasn't the main one. So that made sense a little bit. That made sense. But there were still issues in the very last season. But for majority of the season, it was correct. So again, why is it so hard to get actors that look like the characters or don't look like them? It's not hard. It's not. Anyone that says otherwise, you're blind or you just don't want good acting. Just like, for example, you get Jiminy that was in Once Upon a Time, which he looks and acts like 10 times better than he does in the live action Pinocchio. Or you have, of course, Belle in Once Upon a Time that is 10 times better than the version we got in Beauty and the Beast. Same thing with, the Beast. I was a little on the rails a little bit because of the casting for Rumpelstiltskin, because again, I'm like, why would they do this for the Beast? But then again, if you have a brain and common sense, you're going to realize, okay, yeah, he is the Beast because of what's happened to him, what he acts like, what his story is, and what has occurred. It makes sense. So, okay, great. Same thing with Cinderella. Same thing with Aladdin. I would rather have the ones in Aladdin for Once Upon a Time than the versions we got in the movie. I'd rather have... Now, I can't go on for the CGI for, like, let's say, Lion King and Jungle Book, because, again, the CGI could have been a lot better. There could have been different versions of these characters. Cruella in the version of, I would say, Once Upon a Time in the Disney version. I like the Disney version of Cruella with Emma Stone. I found that to be really good. I had a couple issues with it, not a whole bunch, but I actually prefer the version of Cruella in Once Upon a Time more over Emma Stone's version because it's more accurate. Same thing with Maleficent. I prefer the Maleficent version of Once Upon a Time than I do the actual movie version of Maleficent. Same thing. I think it was interesting on how they did with Peter Pan, how they made him evil rather than good, and they made Captain Hook kind of that anti-hero slash, he was out for himself, but at the same time, he was wanting to avenge the love of his life. He was wanting to make things right. He was wanting to do things that you never would think he would do. So again, for a show older than what you would expect, it actually has held up throughout the years. It still holds up throughout the years. The CGI may not be as good as what some people may say or some people may argue, but it still holds up to this day. The acting still holds up to this day. You had great portrayals of these characters that were in 90% of all the characters that looked like the actors that looked like the characters. There was issues with a few characters in this show. There was. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to say, oh, the show's perfect. I'm not going to say that because it's not. There are issues with the show. But there's more issues in actual Disney live actions these days than there was back then on this show, because at least this show made sense. At least this show did not push politics, or this did not push woke agendas. This did not push anything to change a race swapping a character or gender swapping a character just to fit the identity politics scenario. So again, am I always going to choose Once Upon a Time over Disney live actions? You're damn right. I'm going to choose it every single time. I think it's a better story, better acting, better CGI, and just, I would say, more on what everyone that grew up with these characters actually look like, rather than, again, catering to an audience who don't care, and they care more about identity politics than they do anything else. Now, I do not go on and on and on about this because I do not like bring anything up like that onto my channel, but at the same time, I get tired of seeing all these comments of people like, oh, I like this, oh, I like this, oh, I like this. No, it's okay though to have characters or get actors that look nothing like a character, but if it was another character that was another race or another gender and they swapped it, you'd be upset. That's like the same thing if it was Blade or Black Panther, or if it was, like, let's say you want to make Tiana white instead of her being African American, or you want to have, of course, Black Panther be white or Hispanic rather than black, or having Blade the same way, or having Mulan another character, or you guys should know what I'm saying. It's not hard to figure out. It's not. It's just we're all sitting here and Disney's throwing all this crap down our throats, and they're going to get their money one way or another. They're going to get the money. But at the same time, we should sit here and go, hey, it's okay if I don't like this. It's okay if you don't like it, or if it's okay you like it. I'm not saying you don't have to like these movies. I'm not saying you do have to like these movies. But at the same time, you shouldn't be ridiculed if you do or you don't, because you're going to have someone out there throw, you're a sexist, you're a racist, you're this, you're that, when they don't know you from nothing. Just because they don't agree with you, or just because you don't agree with them, that means you're the bad guy. So I'm not going to sit here and I'm going to say, okay, you should watch this or you should not watch this. That is your choice. I'm not here to control anybody. I'm here to give out my opinion. I am here to say my opinion. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. If you agree with me, that's fine too. At the end of the day, we all just want good stories. We all want good characters. We all want good actors. And we want good writing. But at the same time, if we don't like something, it's okay for us to speak out. If we do like something, it's okay for us to speak out. But at the same time, be respectful. And at the same time, do not be one of those ones that's going to throw them cards out onto somebody when you don't know them from Adam. I've had that thrown onto me, and I'm been called, oh, this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, when I don't bring up nothing. But at the same time, it's one of those, I will say, once again, Once Upon a Time is better than Disney live actions. So let me know what you guys think about this. If you guys agree, okay, cool. If you don't, okay, cool. I'm going to be blunt. If you guys try, if there's going to be someone out there that's going to make a very ignorant comment and I'll listen to everything I have to say, then you're going to be blocked, and I'm just going to go on about my business. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you on the next one.